2, 1. Hi, this is Tim Mai.
And AC Ramos, and today we are going to present to you and show you how you can be our apprentice and flip 2 to 10 properties per month, even if you have no experience.
Yes, and we're going to teach you about flipping, all the different aspects of flipping, wholesale flips. This is where you get a property under contract and then you turn around and you sell that contract without ever having to buy the property, without ever having to use your own money. You immediately sell that contract to another buyer and make your money. We're going to teach you about hotel flips. This is where you do buy the property, but you don't do any kind of fix-up on it. If anything, you just clean it up, and then you turn around and you sell it for more to the retail market. And so you make you make more money than you would make on wholesaling. And then we're also going to teach you about retail fix and flip. This is where you're actually going to go buy it, go in, fix it all up, and then sell it to the retail buyer for maximum amount of profit. Okay, and of course we're going to teach you how to use other people's money, so that way you don't have to use any of your own money. And of course we're going to teach you how to do all of this without even if you have no credit, even if you don't have any experience prior to this. Okay.
Yeah, so first of all, again, my name is AC Ramos. I've been doing real estate for, close to, it's over 10 years, close to 12, 13 years now. When I started out, I was really starting out from, a rock bottom. I lived in a storage shed behind a family member's house. I had just gone through some really rough times in my life. But I had my wife at the time who was very supportive, and my first son, and was able to build out of that and get the company to doing 10 plus deals per month. And the main reason for doing real estate for me is for the lifestyle and for my family. I like being able to do things for my kids and for my family that I didn't always have when I was growing up. Taking my kids to Disneyland and Disney World, which I've been able to do, which I didn't get to do as a kid. Making sure that they're able to do some of those fun things that you're going to remember in life as a family. That's why I do it. And with that comes the freedom, the freedom to be able to make my schedule the way I want it to be able to work around my kids' schedule if they have a football game or a baseball game or a trip that I want to take with them. That is why I do real estate, is to be able to have the lifestyle and the freedom that I want. And along the way, I've been able to help a lot of people make a lot of money and help people get rich. And that's one of the best things about being in this position, is being able to see what you can share with others that helps drive them and helps get them to be successful.
Yeah, that's what AC and I have in common, and that's how we partner up and started this Prosperity Real Estate Group, is because, one, it's great that we achieve the level of success that we have in our own business, and both of us, we came from a humble beginning, but the fulfillment that we get from teaching other people and seeing someone doing their first deal, making their first 100,000, quitting their job and go on to build $1 million business and beyond. It's just an amazing thing that we're able to do that, and so we love doing that. Like AC. Like I said, I came from a very humble beginning. My brother and I came here, escaped out of Vietnam, came into the United States. I was 12 years old. He was 19 at the time. And we literally came here with nothing more than the shirts on our back. We didn't have any money. We didn't speak any English. And we used to live in a little 2-bedroom apartment right behind Westbury High School, a little government housing subsidized apartment. And at any given time, there were like 8 to 12 other single guys living there. We to think, like, as investors thinking about now, we should have rented a duplex or a fourplex and sublease those rooms out to those guys. But they're the kind of guys that wouldn't pay the rent anyways. So I grew up in that, fortunate enough to finish school. After college, I went to work at a computer company up in Dallas, and when I was there, I thought, it's like, yes, I made it. I achieved my American dream, the dream that my parents had for us to come to America, get well educated, and find a good job. Isn't that what all of our parents wanted for us, right? And so I thought I had it made. And in April of 2002, They called all of us into the office and said, "You are all fired. The company is filing bankruptcy and we're laying everybody off." I mean, I was crushed. It's like, here I am. I thought I've had it made, and and now I'm being laid off. Like, what am I gonna do next? And so I looked around, and luckily I found there was a real estate seminar in town, so I decided to attend that seminar. And long story short, they said, for $3,000 they'll teach us how to get rich in real estate with no money down, no credit, no experience. I'm like, wow, that's me, right? But I was very skeptical. I'm like, how am I going to pay for this 3,000? I have my credit card that I can put it on, but what if it doesn't work? How am I going to pay for the bills when that comes? And somewhere in their presentation, they share with us that 80% of self-made millionaires in America invest in real estate. It's like, wow, I want to be a self-made millionaire, and if that's what other self-made millionaires do, then I want to follow their footstep. And so I got the courage, made that initial investment. Since then, that was 13 years ago. And since then, my team and I bought and sold well over 500 properties. Everything from single-family homes to lots to different types of properties. I introduced virtual assistants into our real estate industry. Before me, real estate investors didn't use virtual assistants, and so I was able to grow my business using virtual assistants, and so I've been teaching a lot of people how to do that. One of the things that I'm very proud of is I was able to be in a group of many other thought leaders, people like Tony Robbins, Tony Hsieh, who's the CEO of Zappos.com, billion-dollar company. Paul Abdul was there, and I was teaching them about virtual assistants and business automations. It's really cool, and a lot of our students have gone on and be. I started teaching very early on when I started doing my real estate business. I was teaching other people how to find deals so they can bring deals to me, so I can partner with them on deals and stuff. And since I've been doing that, some of my students have gone on and became multi-millionaires from what I teach them. And so this is the reason why AC and I are teaching you and teaching this web class right now, is because we want to see you as our next success story. We want to see you doing your first or next deal and building your $1 million business and beyond.
Yeah, and we want to share with you a little bit of some success that some of our other students have had and other apprentices working with us have been able to share in. And first of all is Steve Vigil and Susan Moe. Now they're just rock stars in their own because they are so coachable. Literally everything that we have been able to share with them, they go and put it into action. And that's the thing that most people don't do. Action is the key in this business. Like this house right here, for example, is a property that it's one of the first properties that Steve and Susan did. And this was a property that they actually got in contact with the seller. And the seller was actually an investor, or he was planning to fix this house up. He had bought it from a foreclosure auction. I believe it was a foreclosure auction or off the HUD, foreclosure website. So he bought this house and he was going to fix it up and either use as a rental property or let a family member move in there. But somehow that all got put off and the house was just sitting there. So Steve and Susan got in contact with them and just started talking to him, found out the whole backstory to the house, how it was sitting there. He didn't have time to mess with it. And Steve pretty much told him, hey, look, it's just sitting here. It's not doing anything. I'll take it off your hands. You don't have to worry about the liability of it just sitting here, because his plans had changed and he wasn't working on it at the time. So that was a win-win for Steve and for the seller. So Steve was actually able to go in and first of all, he sent a postcard to this property. That's how he got in contact with him. So that was his marketing method. And then he went in there and found out that the property was worth $95,000 after repair value. That's what ARV means, is after repair value, which means the value that it's worth if you were to fix it up and put it on the market. The repairs were about $15,000 on that property. Steve was able to actually contract this property for $50,000, which is actually what the guy had picked it up for. So the guy was literally just ready to let it go for what he was into it for, to save himself the headache. So Steve comes in, saves the guy the headache, gets him what he wants, his $50,000 back. Steve gets the property for $50,000, and then Steve turns around right away and sells it for $57,000. Now that was a buyer that was actually found through Prosperity Group. We actually helped find him a buyer on that one, and that actually means that there was a wholesale profit of $7,000 on that deal. So one postcard, getting in contact with a seller and being able to work that deal off of it turned into a $7,000 profit from getting out there and taking the actions that we're able to share with him. Next is Hugo. Hugo is another student of ours who, really took off and hit the ground, running once he got out there and figured out what he was doing. And there was nobody that was more green than Hugo when he first started. It's really been a great ride to see Hugo come from where he started from to where he is now, because Hugo didn't even know what a deed was when he first started with us. Tim had to explain all of that to him. He had to learn the whole process of wholesaling and understanding what even contracts were and everything. So that's why Hugo's one of my favorite stories, is because he just took on everything that we threw at him. If we told him to do anything, he just went out there and did it. And that's what it takes sometimes, is you go to people who can lead you the right direction, and you do what they show you how to do because they've been down that road before. So this is a property that Hugo picked up. This is also one of Hugo's very first deals. It might have been his first, or at least one of his very first deals. And you can see in this picture right here, not every house that we deal with is in a rundown neighborhood or is in a war zone or, is totally distressed to the point where the roof is about to fall in on you or something like that. Like, you hear all kinds of stories like that. This house is a perfect example. If you look at this picture, nice yard, good looking house. That is a really good looking house. And if you look to the side, right or left of this house, there's more good looking houses. So obviously this is an upscale, very well taken care of neighborhood. So this isn't your everyday wholesale rundown war zone neighborhood you hear about. And this property, Hugo actually found through marketing of direct mail also. And he found this property, and when he ran his numbers on it, the ARV, again, the after repair value, came up to about $210,000, with repairs of about $20,000. Because, like you saw in the picture, most of the repairs on that property were going to be cosmetic. There wasn't
updating.
Yeah, updating, that kind of stuff. There wasn't a new roof that needed to be put on there. There's not a wall that needs to be re-bricked on the outside. It wasn't anything structural like that. Hugo was actually able to go in and get this property under contract for $115,000. So that means he turned around and sold it for $140,000. And again, we helped him sell this property to one of our cash buyers. That was or actually maybe this was on his cash buyers list. So he has a list of buyers. And he turned around and marketed it to his list of buyers and actually found a buyer for $140,000, which means that's a wholesale profit of $25,000. I know that that's more than some people make in a whole year. I have some tenants that don't even make $25,000 a year in some of our rental properties. So $25,000 is a good chunk of change for sending out a postcard, dealing with a seller, and going out there and getting it locked up and turning around and selling it for a quick cash profit of $25,000. That was awesome. Another student of ours is Kenneth Sock. Kenneth came to us. He had a full-time job. He was in the rat race like a lot of people that come to us, corporate world, working the full-time job, just trying to figure out how he could get out of that rat race, how he could be the owner of a company and be his own boss and fire his boss that he already had. So that's what Kenneth was thinking when he came to us. And, he actually went through the program. We showed him how to do his marketing. He sent out his marketing pieces, and he got contacted on this property right here, which if you're looking at the picture, it doesn't look like much. But this property is actually in what's called a transition neighborhood. And that's one of the wonderful things about real estate is there's always different areas and different things going on. You have areas that, you just tear down and build new. And then sometimes you have areas where you can rehab the property and bring it to its full maximum potential and really get a good deal. This house right here was in a transitional area where they are doing some new construction, but they're doing a lot of high-end rehabs on some of these older looking houses. And this one is actually a duplex, right? Well, in the picture, it's a duplex. The person who bought it actually converted it back to a one single family house. And we don't have any after pictures on this, but it was gorgeous from the person he sold it to. Kenneth actually found this one from a postcard also, which we show many, many different ways to use postcards in your marketing campaigns. So we're very big on direct mail and showing you all kinds of different ways to use postcards, different wordings, everything like that. This property had an ARV of $300,000. I told you it didn't look like much, but that was a very valuable property. He was able to actually contract that property at $80,000 because it did need an extensive amount of work. The repairs on that one were going to be at least $60,000 or right around $60,000 to bring it up to that $300,000 ARV price. He was actually able to wholesale this property in 2 days for $110,000. Again, this buyer came through Prosperity Group. We have many, many buyers that we work with on a daily basis. It's one of the benefits of us being in business for as long as we have, is we have all kinds of buyers and connections in the business. So we helped him sell this deal really, really quick, 2 days for a $30,000 profit. I just love it. I love the fact that somebody can come into this business. At the time that Kenneth did this deal, he was only with us for a few months, or very shortly, probably not even that long. And to turn around and hit a deal for $30,000, which, even if you make $100,000, that's, close to a third of your yearly income. And most people don't even make that. So that is just an awesome wholesale profit within, probably about a 30-day turnaround from the time he got the contract to the time we were able to sell it for him. So another story that we have here is Troy. Troy it was a student of ours, and he's in the program. The property that we're going to show you here that Troy did is actually an awesome story, because as a member of our group, as when you become an apprentice with Prosperity Group, you will actually have the opportunity to sell some of the properties that we get under contract to your own cash buyers. So if you have a cash buyer and you just don't have deals, it's the perfect opportunity. And that's what happened in this case. Troy actually found this deal through us, through Prosperity Group. I remember he actually was in the office the day we got this deal under contract, and he happened to be talking to us, and we said, hey, we just got this deal under contract. We put it up on the board in our office, and he saw the zip code and said, I got a buyer that's looking in that zip code. If I can mark the price up from what you're asking for it, is that okay? Do you mind if I sell it? And we were like, no problem. We do that for anybody that's a member of our group and in our apprentice program. So the value of that property was $80,000 after repair value. We actually had the contract price on that one for $41,500. And the repairs were very minimal, only $10,000. It had a little roof damage from the storm and some other minor repairs. We actually sold this property for $49,900. And Troy is actually the one that brought us the buyer on this deal. So, and that was the word of mouth. So Troy brought us the buyer just by being a member of our apprentice program and being around the office and seeing what was going on. And that wholesale profit turned out to be $8,400. Now, the whole time period in this deal was, he was there when we got it under contract, and he called his buyer right away, and we probably closed within a week. So within a week, Troy, just by being an apprentice in the program, was able to be around the program and put together a deal that generated $8,400 in quick cash profits in probably about a week. I don't know too many things you can do that's going to generate that kind of cash that fast. And then, oh man, Cynthia and Ron, these are two more of our rock star students that just blow me away. They are just hard workers and such people persons. Uh, people, I guess you would say. But Cynthia especially, she is just such a good talker, and Ron is got a good heart and is always willing to help people out. And that's kind of what led them into this deal right here. You can see this retail center. It doesn't look like much on the screen, but this is a retail center on, I guess this would be considered the southwest side of town here in Houston, or south side of town. But it's a strip center. It was mostly vacant. I think it might have been all vacant at the time. But Ron and Cynthia actually did a deal with the seller on this property, and that's why this one is actually considered a referral. So they did a property on this with this seller before, and sold. They bought a house from her, and kept it as a rental, or wholesaled it, or whatever they did with it. They didn't make much money on that one, but they were very nice to the lady. And when the lady went to closing and told, they closed on the property that they did before, she told them, hey, I have this other property that's a strip center. Would you be interested in working with me on that property? And Ron and Cynthia said, sure, we'll be willing to get in there, help you. We'll help you move it. And of course, they didn't know much about it at the time. They didn't know anything about commercials. So they called us, which is what we're here for. When you're in the apprentice program like that, we were there for them. We were able to help them establish a value for the property, which in our estimate was over $400,000. We were able to help them actually get the contract on this property, which they actually got it under contract for $200,000. And then the repairs on this was $50,000 because it is such a big property and a strip center. So the repairs seem like they're high, but that's not really that bad for that size of a property. And this property was actually sold for $280,000. So a broker who's actually working with Ron and Cynthia actually brought them the buyer on this deal, and they added on their fee on top of that, I believe, because I believe Ron and Cynthia, their wholesale fee just to themselves was $80,000, without the broker's pay involved in anything. So an $80,000 wholesale profit on a strip center that came as a referral from them dealing with a lady who owned one single family house that they did a contract on.
Yeah, and we're sharing this deal with you because we want you to, really see how wholesaling works and just flipping in general. But yeah, it doesn't just work for single family homes. It works for retail centers. It works for commercial buildings, work for apartment buildings. You can take what we teach you about wholesaling and do it, with any different like real estate type properties. I was at my title company yesterday and talking to the gal about what are some of the commercial deals that she recently closed, and she shared with me about a piece of land that one of her investors recently closed on, and he got the land under contract for $1.2 million, and 1 month later he sold it for $2.2 million. It's like, wow, like that's awesome. but the point being is that it works anywhere and everywhere. And the beautiful thing about wholesaling, like I shared with you at the beginning of the video, is that you get it in a contract, you don't close on it, you don't need any money, you just you can just assign that contract over to your buyer. And make the money. So it's very easy to get started, and that's one of the things that we love about it. And at our 3-day seminar, we'll teach a lot more about wholesaling and wholesaling and rehabbing as well. And so I want to share with you about our upcoming Flipping for Millions seminars that will come up. And the seminar is, like I said, covers all aspects of flipping. It teaches you how to make 6 to 7 figure income per year flipping houses. And if you expand beyond houses, like what Cynthia has done, some of our students have done, more power to you. Listen, Daddy's recording a video. I can't help you right now. Go, close the door. Okay. There's no lock on that. Close the door, please. All right. So now, we want to share with you about our Flipping for Millions seminar that's coming up very soon. At this seminar, we teach you all aspects of flipping, wholesale, rehab, retail flips. We'll teach you how to make 6 to 7 figure income per year flipping houses, and you can even go way beyond just houses. But we want to teach you to start there because it's easy. Almost anybody can do that. All of us live in a house of some kind, right? We're gonna in a little bit here. I'm gonna share with you how you can attend our seminar for free. Okay, as part of our the apprentice program. That we want to share with you. So at this seminar, you're gonna learn how to make $5,000 to $15,000 per deal wholesaling houses, how to make $15,000 to $30,000 per deal wholesaling houses, how to make $30,000 to $50,000 per deal fix and flip houses, as well as how to raise at least $1 million in private money within 30 days, and much more than that. And this is how you're able to get into deals, no matter how big the deals are. You're able to get in them using none of your own money. You're going to learn how to use other people's money. You're also going to learn how to find deals using our top 5 marketing strategies. There's a lot of different ways. There's literally thousands of ways you can find deals out there. And we focus in on teaching you our top 5 ways, so that way you're not out there, getting like scattered and don't consistently find deals. We teach you how to focus on what works the best, what's going to bring you 90% of your deals, so that way you get deals consistently every month. Okay. At the seminar, we're going to teach you how to get your phone ringing with leads. We're actually going to even provide you with leads at the seminar as well, for you to call the sellers, talk live, analyze the deals, making offers right there at the seminar. We'll do role playing, so that way you learn how to talk to the sellers, how to build rapport with them quickly, how to analyze the deal, how to negotiate the deal for deep discount right there at the seminar. We're also going to teach you how to quickly build your buyers list, so that way you're able to sell your houses quickly, like the way we sell houses, very quickly for top dollar. We're going to teach you how to do creative deals as well, because not every deal that you come into, it's going to be a straight cash deal, right? Sometimes the seller owes too much, or sometimes the seller wants more money than what you can pay as a cash deal. But we're going to teach you how to be creative with that, how to structure deals that the seller would say yes to, so that way in the end you end up making money on it. Okay. We're also going to teach you how to systemize and automate your business, so that way this is not just a glorified job for you. You end up working 60, 70, 80 hours a week in this job, but really build it as a real business. So that way, whether you're going on vacation or whatever you're doing, your business is working and making money for you. We're also going to teach you how to outsource 90% of your work to very inexpensive virtual assistants for about $3 an hour. Our virtual assistants take all the incoming calls for us, analyze the deals, run the comps, schedule the appointments, the majority of the work, so that way our acquisition people can just go on appointment, get on a contract, and get the property sold. So we're going to teach you exactly how we run our business, so you can learn every step of that. Okay. And of course, we do all this because we want you to go out there, find deals, bring deals to us so we can buy them. Okay. We're going to teach you how to fill out contracts the right way to keep you safe and not lose any money, not get yourself in trouble. We've seen horror stories about investors going out there, don't know what they're doing, and end up getting sued and stuff. And so make sure that you do it right. Make sure you're protected. All right, we're going to teach you how to do it right. And of course, we're going to be doing different breakthrough training and exercise as well, to get rid of your fears, get rid of your, the things that's been holding you back. Right? If you're watching this, webinar and you bought other courses, attended other seminars, and you just haven't started doing deals yet, or haven't started doing deals consistently yet, at the seminar we're going to teach you how to identify what those things are that's been holding you back, and help you break through from that. Right? So that way, you're on a good, strong path to become, as successful as you want in this business. Okay. And so, we have our Flipping for Millions seminar coming up very soon. Right below this video, there's a link you can click to sign up for this seminar. The seminar, the normal price for the seminar is $997, and your spouse or your partner gets to come for free along with you as well. Okay, but here's what we're gonna do for you as a special, for you when you sign up today on this class right here. Okay, so for today, your investment is $497. It works kind of like a deposit. Okay, it's $497 now, and then when you do your first deal, when you do your first deal, then you pay the remaining $500 for the whole tuition of $997. Okay, and in just a moment, I'm going to share with you how you can get all the money you ever pay us completely back. So basically, the seminar becomes free for you. Okay, so sign up right now below this video. Click on the link. So here are the different ways that you can get this seminar for free. So first of all, we have a unconditional money back guarantee. Is that you attend the entire 3 days, and if for whatever reason you don't like us, or you don't like what we teach, or you think whatever, there's a fly in our office, right? And you want your money back. Look, we want you to be, we want raving fans. We want people who love what we do. We love what we teach them. So if you don't see it's for you, just let us know. We'll give you your money back. And also too, whenever you take what we do and you go out there, get a property in contract, and you sell that property to us, we'll give you your money back, the whole $997, give you your money back, and you still make money by selling the property to us. We're always we're always selling houses as well. So if you end up buying one of our deals, you're also going to get your money back. So basically, your tuition is also free, and we also do private lending as well. And so, when you have a deal that you don't have the money, and you want to buy, fix it up, and you don't have money, and you borrow money from us to do that. And we don't loan money out to anyone outside of our students. Okay, so if they're not in the apprentice program, they don't even get access to this. And so if you do borrow money from us, you also get your money back. So lots of different ways that if you just take what we teach you and take action, and AC pointed to this earlier in this presentation, is that action is the key. Okay, if you come, you attend our seminar, you learn, and if you don't take action, you're not gonna make any money. Okay, and so we reward people who take action, and take action fast. Okay, so that's why when you take what we teach you, you go out there, you take action, you sell us a house, you buy a house from us, or you borrow money from us, we'll give you your tuition back. Because we know that in that process, we both are getting to make money together, and that's making money on deals is way more than the few $100s that you're investing in this program. That's for sure. Okay, so go ahead and click on the link below here. We'll see you at the seminar.
Take action. We'll see you there.
All right. Sign up. See ya.